Hey y'all, it's Pretty Little Liars, Season 5, Episode 2. It was real good this episode. I hope you saw it. ABC Family has it on the website if you have a cable provider. I wish they didn't do that anymore. If not, let me know if y'all want me to start uploading this Pretty Little Liars. I'll probably have to record it from the TV myself, trying to figure out how to set up the camera so it goes directly to the TV and record it, and I won't have to aim the camcorder at the TV. So if you want me to record these episodes, then like this video and write a comment down below. Alright, so to start off with the liars, they're back at Rosewood now, and they're trying to make Allie tell the cops everything that happened. And Allie is, kind of still afraid. And they're telling her that A is dead now. You have nothing to be afraid about. No need to run away now. And then, so she's like, well, I'll just tell my mother. And they're like, well, your mother did bury you, okay? If you're going to tell your mother, why don't you tell the cops first? So they can know ahead of time. So Allie goes in there, and she, starts to tell the cop what happened. And her father comes in, and she's happy to see him or whatever. So now everybody knows Allison is alive. Allison is the talk of the town, all over Rosewood. Mike and Aria's parents are now talking about it, and he's asking Aria, so what's going on? Aria doesn't really want to talk about it because she's a little traumatized because she killed Shauna. Nobody knows it but the liars. And she's a little frightened right now. She's a little terrified. So while Allie was at the precinct, she got a text from an unknown number, and it said, "Tell the truth, and you'll be dead in a New York minute." And so Emily was staying over at Spencer's house, and for some reason they came outside and they saw that Jason was detailing his car, and they're like, why is he cleaning his car? His sister just came back home. Your sister just, came back from the dead after years of being gone. Why would you be detailing your car? So they go over there and they start picking in the car, and then they notice someone in the window, and Allie puts the window up and she throws her phone down. And they see that, they saw the text, and they asked her who it was. And she put the window back down, and it was foggy, and she, put a question mark in the window. So, there's always somebody that's going to keep coming after Allie, no matter if Shauna's dead or not. So, Allie, dad, is... I forgot to mention that Allie's mom is missing. Nobody knows where her mom is. Allie's dad came in the room, and he's like, I've been trying to reach your mother, and Allie's like, well, I'm sure she's okay. And this is the next day. He's still looking for her mom, and so he goes to Hannah's mom, and he asks Hannah's mom, since I can't find her, and she's changed her password on all the business accounts, do you think you could let me in on her email? And she's like, well, I don't know about that. He's like, look, she needs to know about her daughter. So Jason Emily was, for some reason, I think, out taking a walk, or she was going to give Allie back her phone. And they saw Jason leaving, and they went in the trash can, and they saw that he had a bag from New York, like he had been eating some food from New York. And they're like, okay, what has Jason been doing in New York? Why was he there? And they said, well, Allie's mom is missing. Maybe Jason was looking for Allie, and his mom was looking for Jason, and she's trying to protect her child. So they think, that Jason is the one that's been trying to, kill Allie. So Hannah ended up calling Aria, and she told Aria about the text that Allison had got, because Aria had been at her house, nobody had told her anything, and they didn't want to tell Aria about the text because Allison had got the text at the precinct, so she ended up lying about some of the story. She didn't tell it all, so she did not tell that Aria had accidentally, well, it was on purpose, kinda, but she ended up killing Shauna because Shauna was trying to kill them. So Aria is now worried, basically, and she's a little pissed off that, the Emily and Spencer didn't tell her that there was a text sent to Allison, and that Allison didn't tell the whole thing. So Allie, the liars, Emily and Spencer, went to go talk to Allison and to tell her about Jason, that he had been to New York, and they think he's the one that's been trying to kill her. And she already knew everything. She put everything together. She's like, my mom been missing. He came in and stared at me last night while I was asleep. I understand. I think he did it. And she basically tells Spencer, and I know that he's both of our brothers. And there's a lot to go on. I don't even know how Allison feels safe in her house, but they want her to leave the house, but Allison knows that her dad is not going to let her leave the house. She just got back. He's not going to let her leave the house for anything, basically. So, Aria is basically losing her mind about this. Like, she hears violins in her sleep. And, Shauna used to play the violin, and basically all she could think about is Shauna playing violins. And it's fucking with her mind, like, it's messing with her mind. So, Mona and Mike, her brother, was dating or whatever. They was at the house, and Mike called Mona over for dinner, and Mona tells Mike, oh, you can just drop me off at the library and have some research to do. So when Mike steps out the room, Aria's like, do you have some research to do at the library, or do you have some research to do here? And Mona's trying to act like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Aria's like, she's not falling for it. She's like, you know what I'm talking about. And then she's like, Mona's basically told her, like, okay, well, you might want to, calm down. How's Mr. Fitz doing? So it's like, oh, so Mona, you just gonna let it know you got something to do with it. She bold. Mona is bold. So Toby came back, and Toby was in London. I don't know what he was in London for. I guess he was trying to find Melissa. Melissa was in London, and Toby ended up telling Spencer's mom that Toby and Melissa didn't see each other, and Spencer's mom had said that Melissa had lied or something and said that Toby said that that Melissa had saw Toby in London, and it's just a bunch of lying. And I hope Melissa and her daddy get caught up soon. I hope that the mama find out everything. So Spencer ends up confronting Jason, and basically what Jason is doing is he's trying to protect his mother. To me, that's what it sounds like. He's just trying to protect his mother. He didn't do anything to Allison or whatever, so he's not, one to suspect. But, his mother basically is. For some reason, he's trying to protect her from the dad, since the dad and the mother had split up. And he wants the girls to step back, mind their own business. This has nothing to do with you, basically. So Hannah and Emily end up following Jason to Philly? End up following him to Philly, to see what was he doing, and was he trying to protect Mrs. De Laurentiis or whatever. And they end up following, and they can't get into the building, and some bum or whatever, some scary bum, end up scaring them off, so they got nowhere with it. They're calling Spencer to let her know what's up. Spencer's so over everything. She's so, sick of everything still being about Allison. She's sick of having to deal with it. She tells, Toby, her and Toby is getting nasty for some reason. I thought this was ABC Family, but they get nasty, and she tells them, next time you go to London, why don't you just take me with you, and we'll never come back. And so I don't know why Spencer is ignoring it. She knows that the girls need her. She just needs to get it together, basically. So Allison goes to the what's it called? The mausoleum where her body was supposed to be, and she's there, whatever, with the rose, and then next thing you know, Mona walks up on her, and she's like, "Did you follow me here? And why, I'm just saying goodbye to the person that this used to be, the person that they thought they buried, because I'm not that person anymore. Me and you are the same, and you don't have anything to worry about." And Mona, she ain't feeling it. No, we are not the same. I am my own person. And, you told the truth or something. She's the one that sent the text. She admitted, I sent the text, in a New York Minute. So, Mona is just crazy. I would have liked her to be a good person, but she seemed like in last season or whatever, the season before that, she had some good moments, even though she loses it. She gets corrupt. So, good luck for her. I think Mona she's letting it be known that she's corrupt too. So basically, it's almost like she's threatening Allison, basically. Like, you need to disappear. You done already said so much. So they're back at not Spencer's house. They're back at Allison's house, and Allison ended up getting this dog or whatever. For some reason, the vet or the dog, whatever the place they had a dog at, they end up dropping this dog off because they said that Miss D or whatever, Allison's mother, had this dog there that she was helping or whatever. So they drop him off, and they hear the dog barking outside. It's the girls in there, and they're talking to Jason. It's Emily and Spencer, basically. They're in there talking to Jason. and they hear the dog barking, so they run outside to see what the dog is barking, and they see a hand. And now you can tell this hand is of a older, classy woman. And they're like in shock. And then Jason walks out, and Spencer's like, no, Jason, you don't need to see this. And it was, his mom. So everybody is like crying, they're in shock, and the coroner has come to pick up Mrs. D. Alice is just standing in the corner basically in shock. So I can't wait to see what happens next episode. This is gonna get good. I mean, it's been good. They definitely keep me on the edge of the bed. I was so in shock when that happened. Even though, I shouldn't have been really shocked, but it was still like a sad moment. So, that's it for Pretty Little Liars Season 3, not Season 3, Season 5, Episode 2. If you want me to start recording this show, like this video, and write it down in the comments below. Alright, that's it. So, peace out, y'all.